But it only took one half of football for Ohio State to remember, oh yeah, we are the Buckeyes, because in the first half of their game, didn't look like it was going well. And I was very curious as to what Ryan Day would tell our Jenny Taft at the end of that game. Let's take a listen.
It's really not a secret that you were not happy when we walked out together at that half. What was addressed in the locker room and how you guys finished this game in the second?
Yeah, just not very happy with how we played in the first half, especially on offense. And so we'll look at the reasons why. Certainly got ourselves off schedule, but the way we played in the second half is the way that Buckeye football is supposed to be played.
I was really quite pleased with that answer that Ryan Day gave, because it was sobering, and it's what we all saw in their come from behind win 37-17 against Maryland at the Shoe. Now, let's start with the positives for Ohio State. 19 of 29 for 320 and 2 TDs from Kyle McCord. Outstanding passing game, especially in the second half. And the defense, again, is continuing to exceed our expectations for what Ohio State's defense can be. Looks like the best defense that they've had at Ohio State since 2019, when Chase Young was on the front of that defensive line. You had the pick six from Tulsa's own Josh Proctor. Stand up, baby. I know he went to Owasso. You ain't got to tell me that, but Owasso basically is Tulsa. For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, the same people say this stuff about Bixby. It's Tulsa. It's 918 on his back, along with that 41. Really grateful to see that he's still having an impact for them. Lathan Ransom made Maryland pay it. Also had a tremendous interception of Taulia Tagovailoa in this game. But in the first half, Maryland showed why I ranked them in the top 25. You heard Joel saying it on the broadcast that they should be ranked. Well, I did rank them, Joel. I ranked them right there at 24. Don't know if they're going to be able to keep that spot going into Sunday with this loss, but it does speak volumes that Maryland was up 17-10 in this game with 11:59 to play in the third quarter. And had the pick six not happened by Josh Proctor, we're looking at 17-3. Who knows what the complexion of the game would look like? Maybe it would have the same amount of melanin in his skin. But what they proved in Ohio State is we have a defense that's going to let the offense figure it out. And that's what they did in the second half. And the figure it out was, you know what? I got Marvin Harrison Jr. and you don't. So that's where I'm going to go with the football, which feels like the most basic game plan ever, but it's not the one that they were using in the first half. So Marvin Harrison Jr. has 163 receiving yards and is responsible for more than half of Ohio State's passing yards and nearly half of their 382 total yards. Outstanding game for the Martian. I mean, we know what 1-8 is capable of, but to see him do it over and over and over again means that they're always going to be in this game. Now, they didn't have Trey Henderson. He was left out of this game because they wanted to give him another week to get healthy. You got Chip Trayanum back there. He rushed the ball 20 times, but he only got 61 yards. The offensive line at Ohio State just needs more work. Ryan Day is going to go through film. They're going to figure out what it was they were doing wrongly in the first half. But suffice it to say, it's a team that hasn't played its best football to date. Even against Notre Dame, I would say so. And it's still a very dangerous football team. Now, they got some tougher opponents ahead of them, particularly Penn State and Michigan. But I'm going to be very curious as to see how AP voters take a look at this ranking tomorrow with this 37-17 win, because again, they covered the spread. The spread was 19.5, but it needed to score 27 points in the second half to do so. And only after you decided to stop Roman Himby and them from running on you, because it wasn't Taulia Tagovailoa that was really operating. Maryland was following the game plan I thought they needed to follow, which was run the ball well and play enough good defense. But Maryland's a good football team. It would not surprise me to find out they win 10 games this year and make it into a meaningful bowl game. If nothing else, they're right there on the cusp of being one of the great Big Ten teams, which is what they've been working toward. Huge day for Ohio State to come out with the win, but even bigger for the steps from the Maryland program that was in a position where people would not have been shocked if they won this game. It's getting closer for them, and it's very interesting.